Right then. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Runs podcast. My name's Gareth. That's Nikki. How are you doing? We're in a taper. Thank God for that.
Thank God. Yeah. A bit less for me. I'm into proper taper. You were just starting your taper. But yeah, not bad, mate. Tired, same as you. I'm not as tired as you from what you told me just now. You got a shit night's sleep. I don't know what's the matter with me. Just tired.
Yeah, well, it all started with my long run on Monday. I didn't fuel properly the night before. God knows why, innit? But I can't even remember what I had. But I did have bread and butter with it, just to make sure I was fueling a little bit.
A little bit of stodge.
Then I got up Monday morning. There were 3 slices of takeaway pizza left, so I ate them and thought that would be fuel for this. But it wasn't. It was, you know what? It weren't so bad. Like I said, it was meant to do 20 miles. I'd done 16. I did, and I, you know what? I stopped at 14, but I thought, no, that's this number. This keeps cropping up in the middle of this fucking training plan. 14 miles, you're always dropping out to 14, so try and get up to 20. So I ran another 2 miles or a mile, but my legs just weren't turning over, and I thought, I'm just going to do myself more damage and hurt myself or something now. I'm just look pathetic. I'm dragging myself around the place. So I turned around and rocked it up for 16. But
all of the day.
Like I just said, it's the salt. I think I'm going into paranoia now. I'm overthinking stuff, right? But I think I need to introduce salt tabs to help my legs turn over, because my heart rate is fine. Everything else is fine. It's just the legs won't turn over. And then once I do walk for a little bit, they turn back over and I can get back to normal pace. But I don't want to be running from fucking 10 miles. I don't mind a bit of running at some point, but it's a long way if it's from 10 miles. I've done that before. Don't want to do it again. But
no, we don't want to fail.
Pacing is tracking. No. Pacing is tracking right for 4.5 hours. Yeah. 4 round about that, So if we can get rid of that, we can get closer to that 4:30. We were looking, me and the boys were looking at my chorus prediction earlier. I think that was, what was that? I tell you, I did have a good run on Sunday, though. Enjoyed it. 4:21, my chorus has got me.
21, it does,
but my chorus doesn't know that I'm stopping and walking. Well, it does probably, but not that well.
It should do, because it'll be off your perceived effort, your average paces. Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. It's got you predicted 9:59 a mile. It's listening to, and it knows what you want.
I know. Fucking AI is a monster, isn't it?
AI is a monster.
Yeah, so but that's it. And I was so glad to get it done. I was disappointed it weren't 20, but look, it's our hobby, innit, at the end of the day.
Yeah. And what are you gonna do with it?
What are you gonna do? Who cares? I don't even care. So why does anyone else care?
Exactly. No, all good, mate. You're there now. Well, you're not there because you said to me yesterday to know what do I do now? I was like, whenever you've done just fucking stop, you don't just stop. He was like, yeah, but what do I do?
Well, when you text me and said probably do a 14-miler on Sunday, I was like, no, not doing a 14-miler on Sunday.
Yeah, that number 14, get fucked.
Yeah. But I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm working from home tomorrow, so I'll get 3 or 4 miles in tomorrow. Then I'm going to meet Rodri after work on Thursday and jump on the track and do his session with him, but at my pace. And then maybe Friday or Saturday, 3 miles. And then, I will try an half marathon, because by then I need to stock back up on nutrition, get the salt tabs in, and then I can do that 13-miler practicing with the salt tabs and everything.
Yeah, practicing.
Make sure they're going to work.
Practicing proper fueling, not bread and butter and pizza in the morning.
No, but I have been fueling the running, bar. What is it? Bar gel.
Yeah.
And that's going all right. I seen it. I was like talking. I was like, I'm just frying. Gemini is the AI I use. It's the Google one, I think. I am frying his head, like. But he said it was good. Like, he said, no, when I'm taking the bars, they come in. The bars are in. There's 2 bars in it, but the bars are in sections of 3. And so he
Right.
said, cut them up before, yeah? And then when you start taking that, just take one every mile in that block.
Right.
Because it's spreading it out a little bit better as well then, and letting it
Yeah.
absorb or wherever the body needs to react to it. And it told me, like, I learned a lot from it as well, which everyone else knows because I'm the knucklehead in this fucking relationship and the listeners, right? But I would have just gone gel, salt, tap, water. And they said, don't do that, mate. Do
Yeah, I
not do
wouldn't be doing that, but
My phone just knocked itself off at that point. He was like, I can't
right,
deal with you.
that's enough for this guy. Like, the
Yeah.
guy in the head office AI, fucking whatever is getting mined from the water depths, whatever this water's getting pumped to Chile. They're like going overtime with you and your stupid questions about fueling and taking
They're
gels.
like, knock his Wi-Fi off again. Knock his Wi-Fi off.
Right, let's cancel his Wi-Fi. Let's fucking get him off Starlink.
But yeah, so I learned that way as well. Like, it's just so I would do my gel, and then obviously my next gel or whatever is going to be an half hour. So they said then do the salt tab in the middle, 15 minutes into that then as well. So the gel has started to absorb, and then the salt can do whatever it needs on its own, but make sure you have a swig of water with that as well. So yeah.
Yeah, what I do if I'm taking any like painkillers, or as I have in the past for my back, and I probably will after for this one, I tape them to one of the gels. So I don't fuck around in my pocket. So then I'll take it with the gel, and I'll like rip them off and take them with the gel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do that with your salt tabs, maybe. But if AI is told
The Precisions are in a blister pack anyway.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're all right.
So I could just chuck them. Because my belt came, another one Vinny recommended.
Yeah.
Right, that came, right. He said get a large because it was 32
Right.
to 46 waist or whatever because it's stretchy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not, it's a liar. It's not. It's still a bit snug, but I don't know. It's a good belt. You have to step into it, like, you know, it doesn't velcro up or anything. You have to put it on like a pair of pants without the middle bit.
Yeah.
Pull it up. But everything fits into that as well. We're good to go. I'm happy days. But yeah, my taper will probably be there. 13 on the weekend. 10 and 8 then maybe. Have I got enough time for that? No.
Yeah. So you want to like just do a couple of runs
13.
a week, like 13, and then week after you still. So this week now for you will be 2 weeks out whenever you do 13. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the week
I'll
after,
have one Sunday.
one more Sunday, 8 or 10. Around that.
And then 26.2 the week after that.
26.2 the week after with a bit in between. Don't just stop. Please.
Oh, gee. We're just talking about now, mate. You see, Matt Rees put a story up for London starting earlier, and you said you agree with London needing to start earlier.
I 100% agree, like, because obviously everyone had their start times, didn't they, last week, and I think the elites are going to be 9:30. So that's fine for them, innit? They're wham bam done by 2 hours. Still could get a bit hot, but then like a lot of the boys we know are 9:45, 10. But you're like 10:53, you know. So like you could be up there 4+ hours. Yeah. Like you're going to be finishing 3 o'clock. Like you think if it's another hot day like last year, innit? It's fucking like he put in his post, and he like Chicago and New York 7 o'clock starts. I know Boston's 10, so I could get in the same predicament, but. Looking at the weather so far, it looks all right. Look, we started doing that yesterday, the weekend, the Boston WhatsApp group. Boston got the most bipolar weather ever this week, just to divert. It's snowing today and tomorrow. Do you know what it is Thursday and Friday? Fucking 25.
Oh
fucking
my God.
But for the race, it's looking all right. But yeah, like, I thought he made a really good point. They should be starting way earlier than 9, 10 o'clock. It's like, you're going to be hitting the peak of the sun if we have a bad day. And what's the harm in starting a bit earlier? You're up anyway, you know. Nobody sleeps well. Yeah. Everyone's up to full. Get out there, get it started at 8, I say.
I don't mind, you know, because I can almost have brunch. like
Yeah,
10,
you got a
15
real
minutes
late.
start.
You got a real late start.
Yeah. But that took ages to come through. Everyone was posting theirs. I was like, where's mine?
Yeah.
Where is mine? I need to know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's like messaging, have you had yours? Have you had yours? No, I haven't. Go away. Leave me alone. Like, but then it came through in the end. I know there were a couple of people waiting after me. Nick Lou was still waiting for his. Hopefully he's had his by now as well. But yeah, it was a bit surreal, I was. And it got a bit like, I know it's just an email, innit? But I
Yeah.
was like, they've fucking allocated a number to me now.
Yeah, you've got a number, train, fucking get the start time by start time, all the advice in it. It's
You know
proper
what
real
now?
now. QR code for the fucking expo, everything's there, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know it said train arrival times or something like that, and there was 3 times. So will I get it? Will there be a dedicated train for me, like not just for me, like, but you know?
They're just advising you like a rough time. Let's have a look what they look like. I can't remember. So they're advising you on like that's the sort of time you want to be getting a train. Let's have a look what they got.
Okay.
I forgot because boys sent me that. So yeah, they're driving you a train arrival time. They're giving you a few like within that window because then you've got like a walk from there to your start. Are you blue? Was you blue? Blackheath?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the one I done. Best start blue is good start blue. My favourite start.
Apparently,
so yeah, that's just giving you a rough arrival time on one of them sort of trains together. So you'll have to plan back from that. So say he says to you, you start 9:40, arrival time 8 o'clock. Train together 10 because it's like a 10-15 minute walk. You'll have to work out, right, I'm a 20-minute tube from there, so obviously take that off. It's all rough anyway, mate. It depends on you. You knowing you rock up 5 minutes before, chuck your bag on the lorry and away to go. Like,
yeah.
Depends how long you want to get there. Get there hour and a half before. Get there hour and a half before. If we done.
Do you know what? I'm gonna see who's there, like, because it'd be cool to like see. I know Kat from Sandom is in blue, and she's starting before me as well. But even if I get down there early and just see a couple of familiar faces to like settle the nerves beforehand, maybe, and then go for a piss.
Yeah, just get in the piss queue, chill out if it's nice weather on the grass, chuck your bag in half hour
before. Pick up some free Vaseline.
Yeah, go and queue to get in.
Vaseline, my bloody. Don't want to get any chafed on London Marathon, boy. These R6 might have one more run in them. Like, they had a pound in yesterday.
Yeah.
They need to make a super shoe. They need to make a super shoe for heel strikers because there's no one.
No, I don't think it's in their thinking, is it? They don't
super shoes don't care about heel strikers.
No, they're thinking about everyone up on their toes running quick, innit?
Yeah. Go fuck yourself. What about us? Heel strikers.
I'm alright, I'm mid.
No. Mid. You! So, again, obviously, yours is coming around now fast. How are you feeling? Gonna get what we need to get into with no questions asked?
There's going to be questions asked, and it's a fucking marathon. Like, it's not just a given, is it? I think I've done the work to do it. Had a shit session tonight, but there we are, innit? Can't all be good, as we said. I had the easiest weekend ever. No, our company was good. Big Johnny Butler getting ready for road relays the weekend. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, baby.
He said we should have gone, but obviously I forgot about it, and we got locked on, and we marathon week after. So can't go disappointing up there.
Once we've got it all out the way, we'll start getting places again. It's like it's time consuming. And like I said, the worst thing that happened was Carter starting to play rugby as well, because I haven't even got free Sundays anymore. But seasons are coming to the end of there, so we'll have a window of time now when I won't have to go to any sports on the weekends.
Yeah, we can have a wander.
We can get out and about, see what's going on, absolutely. But yeah, you're in good shape, happy day.
Yeah, going well, mate. 13 days, so fucking we got 10 more days till I travel. Not even that, is it? Fucking less than that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 10 more days till we travel. Can't wait now. Just got to get through work. Don't get fucking ill again from some numpties, and don't twist an ankle on his last 2 runs, innit? I'll probably do 18 on Friday.
No hero sessions.
No hero sessions out. It felt like the easiest weekend ever because I did my long run on Friday morning with Jake. Then it was like fucking we went down to Cardiff Park, me and Hughes. I did 4 miles Sunday, day off yesterday. It felt like, oh my God, this is so easy. This is what it feels like, non-marathon training. Felt fucking class. And this week will be the same.
Good. Like last.
Extra rest day and 13, 14 miles Saturday.
Yeah, I think I put the first nail in my coffin on Sunday when I went for 4 leisurely miles with the GoPro as well, because I knew when I finished that and I felt so good and I'd enjoyed myself that something was coming on Monday, like, because you don't have too good day. But then I seen, obviously, Aled, he was moaning about his last session and everyone was like, everyone knows the drill, bad last session, good marathon. So fingers crossed, like, innit?
Yeah, exactly. You're not gaining much now in this period. It's just ticking over. Like I say, stay healthy, get that start line healthy, you know. That's the fucking main thing. It's just closing it out, ready for the race. We're almost there.
Yeah, absolutely. Banging. What else? Right then. So we are going to be looking. Now, I know we're a little bit behind because we were waiting to dot the I's and cross the T's and stuff like that. And if you are doing Swansea Half Marathon and you do run for a club, you've probably started your block now ready for that. But we are going to be looking for 2 athletes each. 2 for me, 2 for Nikki. You have to run from a club. But 2 athletes, and then what we want to do is, you know how much we moan about all these people with loads of followers and stuff like that, content, blah, 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 is we want to get 4 athletes to make a little bit of content together. Nothing mad, nothing strenuous. Maybe once we've decided who we're going to pick after the marathons, we'll have a session on a track that everyone can get to. Nikki will, or me, one of us will plan the session for you. Get together, do a little bit of content around it about club running and about kind of what, similar to the conversations we have with our guests, why you're running, what your journey is and stuff like that. No quick sells, no bullshit, nothing like that. You can do as much or as little as you want, but a little bit would be great. Maybe we do another session like that, a long run maybe. Nikki will do the run with you. I can go on the bike with the camera and see how your block's been going. And then another last session just before the race to see how it's all gone. Bring a couple of clubs together and just, build a little bit of content out alongside club running.
Yeah.
Innit?
So, a bit like what I did with Project 3, but this is no emphasis on, PBs. But if you're looking for a PB, you're looking like if you're already entered in Swansea Marathon or you want to enter Swansea Half Marathon, we're looking for 2 each. So Team Gareth, it'll be Team Gareth versus Team Nikki. A little bit of friendly competition. We'll pick 2 people we think suitable. Like I say, you've got to be a club runner, looking to PB in an half, willing to do a bit of content with us too, have a bit of a laugh alongside it. Like we say, let's get the clubs back in the focus and let's have a bit of a laugh around it, but also take it a bit serious and see how people progress into 8-10 weeks into Swansea Half, which is another good local race.
Yeah.
If you want to be involved, Gareth will put something up to get your entries in. Not entries, but let us know, and then we'll, after these marathons, we will get hold of 2 people each and have Team Me versus Team Him.
Yeah. Now, look, we know it's the same weekend as Castles, really, and the opportunity to work with us is fucking sensational. But no one is to drop out of a Castles team to do this, right?
No.
I don't want any smoke from any clubs. But no, if you're not going to Castles, look, we know Castles is teams, right? So if you're not going to make the Castles team, or you don't think you're going to make the Castles team, or you're already in Swansea Half or thinking about it, there's still spaces available. And even if we don't pick you, we're going to be down. We're going to be down there anyway, and we just want to help club running a little bit more as well. Keep pushing that because it's why people run. The best way to run in the area, like in it's everywhere.
Yeah, and it's the lifeblood of it, and around you, or should be, needs to be emphasised more, as we think it's vital for getting new people into it, keeping people into it for many, many years, and keeping it progressing and getting it bigger in this area and running bigger and more popular in the right areas and with the right people and the right eyes on it as well. So, if you want to be involved, Carl will sort something out for how you let us know. How are we going to do that?
Yeah, I'll figure that side of it out. Don't worry about
He'll
that.
figure
We'll be
that
all
out.
right.
But yeah, even just message us on the back of this and then you'll be added to the pot.
Yeah. So there's that.
That should be a good bit of fun.
World Athletics have...
Yeah, that should be a good bit of fun. But yeah, this is a good bit of news.
Yeah. World Athletics have listened to us. They didn't approach us. They've stolen our idea. But I don't care. I'm joking. They haven't stolen our idea. But the World Marathon Championships, which is very similar to what we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, really, isn't it? Hopefully,
Yeah.
putting all the beasts on the same track and seeing who wins.
Yeah. 2030, it looks like it's happening. So, yeah, just a
In
world
Greece, which is cool, isn't it?
The Greece where it started, and obviously marathon. So, yeah, that will be very cool. And hopefully they do get the best of the best there. It's a long way off yet, we know, but shame they can't do it a bit sooner, but it's on the way.
Hey, it gives me plenty of time to qualify.
Exactly, and me. 4 years, I've always wanted to do that one, finish on the track, the original track. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be. There's so many, like the more you moan about the majors in the past.
Yeah.
There's so many cool ones you can do that are non-majors, isn't there? And I'm sure they're all still really well supported as well. Like, it's just, again, the major, same as Run for Wales in Wales, has got the monopoly, like, haven't it? But there's loads of places you can race marathons and be supported well.
Shitloads. And we will start finding.
So that should be.
That will be good.
No, I'm not doing one next year. I said to someone in work today, I can't wait to not train for a marathon next year.
Brilliant. Can't wait to not train for that. I love it.
What else? Now, before we get our guest on, you've probably seen on our stories and other people's stories, socks and vests are starting to pop up as well, right? We had a little minor mishap with the vests, and they've been measured a little bit too long. But we're getting it fixed, we're getting it sorted. If you've had the vest and it's too long, please send it back as soon as you can so we can get it shortened and sent back to you. If you hadn't had your vest yet, it's being shortened and we're going to get out to you so you don't look like Martina Navratilova in it, playing tennis in a tennis dress. I said, though, have we accidentally discovered the running dress? Girls could run in.
Are they long enough? I don't know. I haven't had mine, so I don't know. But yeah, no, on serious.
Maybe a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, we apologise. Fuck up in the production, manufacturing. We didn't notice it until a few had been sent out. So it wasn't an April Fool's, as a lot of people thought. So yeah, if you've had it,
that was bad.
Send it back as soon as possible, so then we can get it sorted and back to you. Hopefully before, well, it will be before the marathons, isn't it? That's what we've been told.
Yeah,
as long as you get back ASAP.
Absolutely. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to have to run London topless, and we're not ready for that.
No matter what.
My quads are massive. They're not quite big enough for a number.
No, we don't want that etiquette, do we, in London?
No, we don't want that etiquette anywhere apart from in the mean streets when you're in the deep. But not when you're with company.
No.
Unless company's right with it, fish.
Yeah.
True. But that's about it for this week. We have got a guest this week. So, did we miss anything? I don't think we had that much.
No,
obviously, we just wanted to talk about.
Going on, I don't think there's been much racing going on this weekend. I know it's relays coming up. What else?
Signing is this weekend.
Yeah. Signing 10K.
I think I posted about it. So I'm open. I said I could get there, but Carter's rugby fixtures have came out since, and I'm not quite sure if I can make it. I'll try and be there if I can, but if I can't, then good luck to everyone. Yeah,
whoever's there, good luck on that. Never done it, never been there, but I can't make it either. So that's this weekend.
I'm gonna do it next. It's like a race next year.
Is there? It's going to be an A race. Not far from Lucy, is it?
No, exactly. No, I don't think we've... that's about it, really. So if we take a quick break, and then we'll get our guest on, is it?
Yes, man.
We'll be right back. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. We have been joined by Dan Woodger. Dan, we'll get onto your running journey shortly, obviously, but you popped up on my timeline a while ago because of the fundraising you're doing for Oxfam at the moment with the Run London, Draw London stuff. And then I think you might have liked one of our posts with Jimmy Watkins, maybe, and I thought, I remember that. And then when I tapped into it, I realised who you were, and I thought, well, if he follows us, we might as well drop a DM and see what's going on and see if we can set it up. Because you're running London Marathon with me for Oxfam, but you're an illustrator, and what you're doing to raise money is really kind of cool and unique. I was just telling Nikki about it now before you came on. I'm looking forward to having that print as a keepsake for my London Marathon as well. But do you want to tell everyone a little bit more about what you're doing to raise money for Oxfam? It's a bit different to the way I've been raising money, I guess.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on. So as you mentioned, I'm a professional illustrator. That's my day job, and I'm obsessive runner. So I've always been interested in finding ways to kind of combine the two things, and I I get so much out of running that kind of fuels my creative practice, and I kind of wanted to shout about that. And then also the other thing that's been playing my mind have been the news is brutal, and I think that I've been struggling to find ways to channel my energies to do something that's productive rather than just retweeting kind of or reposting stuff on Instagram or these horrific pictures. I thought my work is really happy and positive. The things I make are like make me laugh and smile. If I'm suddenly gear shifting to some pretty brutal stuff going on in the Middle East or whatever, in Ukraine, it doesn't fit with what I do, right? So I've been trying to think for ages, how can I use my platform to combine the two things I love, running and drawing, and do something that can help where I'm clueless otherwise. Like, what do I do? And by raising money for Oxfam, I can use my energies and give it to people who know how to use it, right? So that was my kind of thinking. And I my brother ran the London Marathon last year, and I think it planted the seed there. I tend to work in my illustration practice with characters, so I draw lots of people or anthropomorphize fruits or whatever. Like it's all about characters. And when I was at the London Marathon, I thought, this is mad. Like this is actually insane. This is like one of my drawings come to life, right? There are all these people running past.
Yeah.
Like, a guy going. There was like a group going by in the Mystery Machine from Scooby Doo, and then you've got some like every face tells a different story, right? So that just planted this seed. Okay, we can do something with that. And so I kind of contacted Oxfam and said, I'd love to run for you. Would you have me? And they said yes, once I explained my idea. And the next part was trying to make it happen. So I sort of tried to it's a weird kind of backing of confidence in myself, right? To say I'm going to run the London Marathon, but I'm also going to draw it, and I've got to try and put my faith in people to like get involved. And it was such a weird thing to try and explain. Like at the beginning, I had this like sketch, and I was like, "This is what I'm going to do." And the idea behind Run London, Draw London is sort of not to bury the explanation of the project, but essentially you can donate £5 is the minimum, and I will draw whatever character you like into a giant kind of Where's Wally type illustration of the London Marathon. So I've drawn the entire London Marathon route, and then you've kind of got this kind of all the landmarks and things, and then within that it's free reign. So that's the exciting part for me, that I just don't know what's going to be drawn. And so people have been suggesting all sorts. We've got some really weird stuff, like we've got like movie characters, or we've got Batman climbing the London Eye. We've got like just anthropomorphized fruit. Some guy wanted George Michael from Wham to be in the Thames. Like there's just like Club Tropicana. Like there's just all sorts. I never know what's going to come up, and that's part of the fun challenge for me, to like kind of be put on the spot, be put out of my comfort zone. Slowly we've been building. Slowly we've been drawing in sort of people with higher profiles. So we managed to somehow get Paula Radcliffe to the illustration, and had a few sort of run influencers, and some comedians are coming in next week. So there's some really exciting stuff, and it's building and growing, and the illustration at the same time is kind of taking on a life of its own, which is really exciting. The tricky part is fitting in the training as well. Was the other thing. Yeah, that was the harder thing to try and to juggle both. But so far it's coming together. I've got what we
Yeah.
are. Few weeks out, so I've got a lot of drawing and a lot of training still to do. But
But that's like fundraising is so hard, isn't it? And especially like a big number. So you've got to find this little kind of unique way. Like I've been really lucky with mine because obviously we've got this podcast and people can't really come and listen to us talking about running without getting involved in the running journeys as well. But like I said, if you're just posting every week saying, "Don't forget I'm running London Marathon, do you want to sponsor me?" You're not going to hit this. So what you've done is great. Then once I seen obviously because I'm not a frame my medal kind of guy, that kind of stuff. I'm not into that. But then when I seen obviously for £15 you get the signed artwork as well, I thought, well, that's the keepsake that I want for London Marathon because I can just put the London Marathon medal in the boot with my Manchester medal. But I've got that keepsake as well then. And it's not, I'm just not mad on framed medals and that kind of, don't know, it just looks weird on my wall. Like, you know what I mean?
that's sort of my thinking as well, right? Like I wanted to do something unique, and thank you for bringing me back and to actually explain my project properly. But yeah, so for you get a character added to the scene, but the idea is at the end we have that final illustration done, and for the £15 tier donation, you get me. I'll sign the final version of it and send it out to you in the post, and then you can either. It's up to you. I mean, I can either tag you in the post, or you can try and find yourself, or you can ask your friends to try and find yourself, or whatever you've asked to be in the scene. And it's just something slightly different, right? That I was just thinking that might be a nice, a more unique keepsake. But but you're right. The kind of keeping up with the fundraising thing is tricky. And maybe it will lean into a little bit of my sort of strategy for like behind what I was broadly thinking as well. So. You know, in the creative industry, it'd be hard not to hear that we are like having an enormous mega disruptor come into our space in the form of AI. And
of course.
When I first started as an illustrator, I never used to show my face. Like I was my work spoke for myself. I did the drawings, but you never saw me. I've the other way almost now. I'm so intertwined with what I do, and part of that is to combat AI in a way, to show
you have to be,
human value behind what I'm making and the story behind it. And so another frustration that I think we have as artists is we are almost like at the mercy of the algorithms on social media. And quite often if we have built something and worked on something for a lot of time, people don't tend to see the process behind it because we usually NDA'd, or like we're not allowed to share until the final thing comes out. But the problem is with the algorithm, you will then post this thing that you've been working on for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you are just at a random lottery as to whether people see it or don't. So you could so the idea of the thinking behind this was that there's like a story that happens over 16 weeks, intertwined with my training is this from me talking about this mad idea where I've shown a rough sketch to people seeing the final artwork grow over the same amount of time that I'm training. And I tried to think about, I've got two different audiences here, right? Like I'm very interested in running, and I follow a lot of running creators and people who do tell interesting stories through running. But the bulk of my audience is creative and interested in my illustration work. So I have to really tread the line carefully, not to bang on about running all the time and ignore the audience that I've built in the work. So it's trying to tell two stories intertwined, and that hopefully, if you're not that interested in running, you're interested in the illustration that I'm drawing, and if you are interested, you can see this like unique journey that I'm making to fundraise. So it's sort of like trying to please both, but yeah, sometimes I have to make sure I'm hitting the middle as often as possible.
Not going too much one way or the other.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Like you said there, before we get on to running now, which we will get on to, but it must have been so nice because when I had to look at your website and looked at your portfolio, I'm like, this is the guy that does this work. I've seen it on App Store. You've worked with some of the biggest brands in the world on illustrations. But like you said, you could work weeks, days, months, whatever on that. And we take it for granted because it just pops up on App Store for a day or whatever. So this has allowed you to show your process a little bit more as well, and the hard work that does go into it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's trying to show the completely raw and open. Like I've taken this project on not knowing what this thing looks like at the end. Like and also people feeding in their ideas to me is part of showing how a creative person takes that on and applies it. Whereas lots of help behind the process, help behind the scenes, or we can put together a a nicely edited version of that at the end where we show like, oh, this is how we made this thing. But I'm actually out there like kind of working through this when my kids get ill, I can't do the work, or like I was going to do a live stream and I was just about to press go and my nursery called up and said my daughter had been sick, so I had to go pick her up. Showing
That's like
Life.
it's life, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So showing that and showing that there's not all clean and glossy and easy. There's lots that goes into it. It's a whole mixed bag of things that go into a piece like this, and I wanted to. I thought it'd be a fun way to show it, basically. So I think I think it seems to be working as well. I think people are engaged and seem to be enjoying the journey as well. So that's the main thing. And the bonus on top of all of this is that it's raising money for a good cause as well. So it's kind of feels like it's ticking a lot of boxes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Right. So running, and not just running. What we always do, like I said at the start, is we go right back to school. Were you active in school? Did you play a lot of sports in school? Were you a runner in school? How did school look for you?
Until I was like 8, I had not interest in sport whatsoever. Like my dad took me to play football, and he was just laughing at me because I just was looking around the sports hall, and the ball came to me, and I just sort of knocked it off to the side, and then carried on around. I was just in a world of my own. World of my own until I was like 8 or 9 years old, and then. So I'm 30, just turned 37, and I was like peak for the '98 World Cup. And when that came along, then I got football. I understood it immediately then, and I just became sort of obsessed with sport from then onwards. Before that, it was really random stuff. Dinosaurs, which I've got behind me in my video.
I love dinosaurs.
So I was dinosaur obsessed, like Jurassic Park and all that sort of stuff was like my main bag. And then honestly, it's been like, it flipped the whole way through. That's what I'll kind of talk about here, but it's like, I've got these like really weird niche interests and things like that. But then I also loved football and was never very good. I'm wearing my contact lenses now, but I wear very, very thick lens glasses. So I struggle a little bit with like team sports because I couldn't see anybody. So
Didn't know
I was
who was on whose
enthusiastic.
side.
Yeah, enthusiastic, but terrible. And then I don't know, I went into secondary school, and I was always active. I always enjoyed it, but there's certain things that just restricted me. Like when we played cricket indoors in the sports hall, I couldn't see the ball. Like it just drove me mad. I struggled. And then eventually when I turned about 14, 15, I was able to get contact lenses, and then I could actually see again. So sport kind of picked up for me a bit after that. I got better at football. I was never very good, like really never very good, but I got better. I could make passes, and then I found golf, and it was really funny. My mum, because I liked sport broadly, but I never touched a golf club in my life. And my mum got me to do. If you did work experience at secondary school for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
My mum got me a work experience placement at a golf club near us, and I was bricking myself. I don't know if I can swear on this, but I was like, I was shitting myself basically because I thought I was going to be so like, what you're like when you're a teenager, you're full of like anxiety and you don't know. And so I was being thrown into this golf. Like we went out the weekend before and bought golf clubs and stuff. I tried to fit in, and and I'd like to dumb shit. Like I tried to learn like golfers' names, thinking that all golfers were like really into that. I was just so dumb, like such a tryhard. It was really like reading books and stuff to learn about it before I went. It was not like that at all. They didn't care. They basically they weren't even really, some of them weren't even interested in golf. They just did it as a job, right? So
yeah,
I ended up doing this weekend, this work experience there. I actually got on really well with the people that work there, and actually quite enjoyed the golf as well. So asked if they had a Saturday job, and they said, yeah, we've got a converted golf buggy that we use for food and drink. Do you want to do that on a Saturday? So I was like, yeah. Like I was like 15. I was just bombing around the golf club, going to the golf course, selling food and drink to golfers. It was a great job. I loved it. And the more I kind of spent time there, the more I played and I got better. And then I joined the juniors, and it was never one of those things where it was ever going to go anywhere. Right? I didn't start early enough to do it, but I got down to about an 8 handicap and started thinking that maybe I had two strains in my life. Right? I could draw really well, but I didn't think I lived. I grew up in Hampshire, and I didn't. I just had no exposure to what you could do with being able to draw. Like I didn't know what you could do with it. So I just thought, well, I'll do something practical to do with sport then, because I'd like that too. And so I thought maybe physiotherapy, or like maybe try, and if I could get my handicap down to 4, you can learn to teach golf. So I was like, well, maybe I'll do that. And so I was going down that route for a really long time. I went into college, and I really didn't. Like the first 2 years of college, I scraped by. I was just all about like wanting to go to the golf course and play golf. And then, as kind of all these things happen, right? I had a girlfriend in college who was an illustrator, and she was like, "You could draw really well. Like, you know that you can do like that. You're probably better at that than like you can draw so easily well. Why aren't you doing anything with it?" And I said, "I don't know. You can't really do any jobs with it, can you?" She's like, "Yeah, you can do like my college offered like a 1 year foundation course where it was completely free. It meant that I deferred going off to, if I was going to go to university, it deferred going off to that. And it was like kind of risk free, right? So I didn't have to pay for it or anything. So I said, well, all right. And so I did a foundation in art. And then it was like, I guess I kind of I when I do talks, illustration talks, I do that picture of Frodo with the map, like in Lord of the Rings, like running down the road, the meme, right? That's what I was with when I finally saw the road to doing a creative job.
Yeah.
That's all I do. So that led me into off to university. I went to the University of Brighton and stopped sport altogether for years. I didn't do any. I was like hell bent on becoming an illustrator. And the golf clubs I put up on eBay, like honestly, just like completely shut the door on anything sporty. So weird, yeah. It's really, I think I get like hyper fixated on things, I guess. And
but you grew up in like such an era to practice drawing as a kid. Like if you think of, I know you've seen this week, Zara have brought out a T-shirt collection with all the mascots from the World Cups, haven't they? Remember the French World Cup 1998? They had the cockerel, the Jurassic Park logo, dinosaurs and stuff like that. You had some good stuff to practice as well, like, didn't you?
Yeah, right. That's it. That was my childhood. You basically lined up all the things, right? There was just like this really it was before like computer CGI had really become into movies.
Yeah.
Like, I think Toy Story came out, right? So it was all still lots of 2D stuff, and then it was like everything on Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, Pokemon. Like there was just like it was all this like flat color stuff that I just loved. So like that, and that's all I. That was The Simpsons, right? That was my biggest inspiration.
Yeah.
I took all of these like inspirations and just like it was just it was the easiest way, right? I can't really explain. Like, it was just the easiest thing I could do. And if I had a funny idea, I could make it. Or I wanted to try and get something across, or like an analogy or whatever. I could do it through characters, and I just found it really easy. It's hard to explain, really. But and then I just I then realized you could do it as a job, and I just followed the light, really, just like a moth to a flame. Just I was like, and then I was like a bee in my bonnet, right? Just all I wanted to do. So I was just like chasing any rough leads out and like trying to get into the industry. And then if you don't mind me, I know we're running, so I'll try and
No, this is what it's for.
This is what it's for, yeah.
I finished. I did 3 years at Brighton, and then I was like hell bent on trying to get my way in. And so, actually, it was the tangentially related here. I graduated just before the London Olympics. So the 2012 Olympics was the year after I graduated, and I managed to get a couple of jobs for Cadbury, who was sponsoring it at the time, and so managed to get some. That was my first big jobs in illustration. I did this 100-day countdown calendar to the Olympics, and it was like a big advent calendar that they sent out to it's changed so much, but like proto influencers, I guess, like really before influencers were really a thing, but they would send it out to like people like Anton Deck would get these calendars and open up the doors and stuff, and that was my first big gig, and then then I managed to get an agent, and things just built out from there, really. But then my first foray into running started not long after that. Like, so 2014-ish, I took on a really big project. So until from about when I graduated till then, I was basically hand to mouth. Where every job was going on rent, and my girlfriend at the time, my wife, were living in a little flat. We moved up to Surbiton, which is just near Kingston, in London. And we were every job was basically going on rent, and I was just like hustling for the next job, and like it was all going on living, and we were just getting by like you do at the beginning of any sort of endeavor. And then this big job came in for a company in Japan called Line, and they wanted to design 1,000 emojis in for this app basically. So it's like kind of a combination. It's still really popular in Asia. It's basically a combination of like all of our social media platforms, but it's just their versions like WhatsApp and Google, and it's all rolled into one. But they wanted to create 1,000 emojis, and I said okay, and then they said, "Can you do it in 10 weeks?" And I was like, "Yeah," because like it's the most amount of money I've ever spent for me for work, and I was like, "Yeah, do it." And I couldn't. Well, I couldn't. I did it, but I was like working like 17-hour days. It was insanity.
That's amazing.
It's so honestly, it was the most unhealthy thing I've ever done. I sat. I had a corner desk in our flat, a little 1-bed flat, and I remember seeing like the whole. It was, if you did a time lapse of me, it'd be like you just see this man like sat in a corner, like just like hovered over as the seasons like change out my window.
Changing.
And like I just moved for like 10 weeks. I had like I've still kind of got a lump there, but I had like this very pronounced like warp in my finger where I'd spent so long holding a pen each day.
Yeah, because back then it would have been a lot more old-fashioned tools as well, right? So yeah, you would have been just literally.
I didn't have an iPad
drawing.
Yeah, I had a Wacom tablet, but I was doing lots of sketching by hand and then scanning it in, and then I had a tablet that I could draw, but it was not green or anything. It was lots more handmade stuff. But then after that, Jesus Christ, I put on so much weight. Like I didn't move, so I didn't move for the best part of 3 months. So I came out the other side just feeling so unhealthy, like eating terribly. Yeah. So I started running, like, and I started trying to work it into my day. I was working from home, so like I think I was losing my mind a little bit because
I bet.
Yeah.
I think it was unhealthy. I had an unhealthy obsession with driving my work forward, but I was spending all day in the flat on my own, and I needed something. So yeah, I started running, and again, it feels very different, right? At the time, it was Nike. I think Nike Plus was the only real app that was out there, like to use. And do you remember the little chips you put in your shoe, like the little? They're like these little pill-shaped things that they even built shoes that you could slot it in as like a tracker for your phone. It was really weird. I had that. This was like the running I was doing, and then I had absolutely fuck all idea about what was a good pace or what anything. I was just running. The first thing was doing like getting to a tree and then without being out of breath, and then like try to then do the whole length of my route back without stopping and stuff like that. And I would have no idea. Like, and it was also there was no social media around really, so I was. One or two of my friends, I just didn't know where I was at with it at all. And then, sorry if I'm just rabbiting on, please do interject.
No, I love it.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, but like, I then signed up to the Great South Run in 2014 one, and I think I can't remember. I saw my time recently because I did it last year, but it's something like just under, what was it? I want to say like 138 or something, like 140, maybe 140 something. Nothing remarkable pace wise, but I had no idea really. Like I just had no idea how to train at all. Like there was no information or anything, like except in like running or anything. And then I was enjoying it, like really enjoying it. And actually, it was coincided really nicely. I was taking on illustration work for Runners World, so it was like a really nice correlation between the two things. And I was sort of running and working and drawing things and running. And then for whatever reason, I signed up for Cardiff Half with a few friends, and for whatever reason, it just dropped off. Like I don't know why. Like I couldn't. I had these ambitions when I first picked it up that I'd do it until I was old. Like I said, there was an elderly guy that used to run. I used to cross paths with him, and I said, I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that's always like still running, going out like at that age. That's what I want to do. And it just stopped, and I couldn't tell you why. And then when I didn't train properly for Cardiff Half, and it beat me up so hard. Like
you find out around Roath Park, don't you?
Is that the hill towards the end? Like
the park is the big loop around the park before the hill,
and then
where you can see everyone else on the other side.
I was crawling. Like I'd never hit the hill before, and I was crawling. And I'd never felt that feeling. Like honestly, I felt like I was just shuffling, like my 2 feet, like just like centimeters. And then I don't know what happened. I think that might have killed me. Like just like the experience wasn't good, or like and the
bad day.
enthusiasm. Yeah, I don't know what it was really. And then almost a 10-year gap. Like,
Wow.
That's big.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
because I thought you were going to say you went out and was start doing that run into a tree, and then that emoji drawing triggers into running as well, and suddenly you've got these two obsessions running parallel. So I'm surprised you took this big 10-year gap as well. Cardiff Half will do that to you. Cardiff Half will do that to you.
Yeah, that's it. That's what happened. Yeah, it just killed me. Like, yeah, it was. I'd say I just don't know why. I couldn't tell you. There was no reason, no logic. And even when the pandemic started and everyone was into running, didn't even tickle anything in me to get out of trainers. I couldn't tell you why. I just didn't have anything. And it wasn't until my daughter was born in. My oldest daughter was 2021, and I started acting like I was doing an emoji project again, and I just didn't stop eating. I was just night feed, and like Krispy Kreme donuts were being like consumed as if they was going to stop making them. Like I just I couldn't. I was getting through so much. I don't know if you've got children or not, but like it just was. It was just like just a survival. Like just I need energy. I'm going to graze, and everyone gets you biscuits and things. You when your kids are born, like little hamper pack stuff, and so I was just huffing them, like just couldn't stop eating them.
Yeah.
And then we were like, that was one of the things I really wanted to do with my daughter when she was old enough to do so, was just get her into swimming. My uncle and granddad both couldn't swim, and I just remember thinking I just never want my girls to have that. So as soon as they could, I got them in the pool. I remember sitting on the side, and she was really grabbing the spare tire, and I was thinking, yeah, cool. I am holding these Krispy Kremes now around my waist in a permanent like weight. So I just I don't know. I think I'd always been. It's one of those things. Like I've never been that consumed with like body image or weight. Right, that's not the thing. But it just made me feel like I just suddenly was like that's come out of nowhere, and I didn't even notice it, and I think that was scary. And then I think I needed to address.
I don't think it's body image as much when you've got kids and you're a bit more grown up as well.
Yeah,
it's just being healthy for the kids, isn't it?
That's it. That's exactly
what it was.
That's it. I would say it wasn't so much that. It was more that I know that my habits have slid here, and I've now got to be an example. So that it was that was more it. And I like when you're teaching them to eat and things like that. Like I can't be saying no, you've got to eat this and then huffing Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah, it makes a difference for everything.
And then we were taking her swimming. The gym that we were going to. My wife works for AXA, and so I just on one day when I was that sounds completely unrelated. Well, I'll get there. I was leaving the gym one day and with my daughter after a lesson, and I just was like, the pool is right next to a big pool. Every time I sat like doing the lessons, I was looking over and I used to like swimming when I was younger, but haven't done it in a long time. And asked on the way out like how much is a gym membership, and they told me an eye-watering figure. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. But they said, oh, do you have an AXA insurance policy? I was like, no, but my wife works for them. And she said, oh yeah, you get like 40% off. And I was like, oh, all right. So I had a look, and I was like, well, yeah, maybe I can make that work. And so this is where then everything sort of started picking back up again. So I did that. I started swimming before work, and I was dropping my daughter off at nursery, going to do a swim, and then coming to work. And then I ramped that up to 3 times a week. And I went from being in the middle lane, like the medium lane, and then was like, maybe I could tickle the fast lane, and like would go in the fast lane, then dart back into the middle lane again when the fast came. But no, I got faster and quicker, and I felt fitter. And then I was like, like opened up and like dusted off the Nike app, and I was like, what was my fastest like 5K time? Like what was my running like? Because since then, like Strava had got big, and like stuff. Oh, I wonder what my time was, and I was like, it was my 5K was like 20 And I hesitate to talk too much about time because that's not why I love running. But my 5K was like 24 or something. And I was like, oh, that's something fun to aim for. And me thinking that I'm now 30s, if I can get close to that, I'll be happy. Not really knowing anything about like endurance running age, that you can peak in your mid 30s and late 30s, 40s. I didn't know anything about this, so I was thinking, well, there's no chance I'm going to get that, but maybe I can get a little bit close to it. And started on a Sunday going out and doing the classic 5K all out every Sunday. Never
every week,
like,
every run,
every
week, yeah.
Yeah. And started off with like a 30-minute and then 28, 29, 27, and it was getting closer. And then one Christmas I did a park run with one of my best friends, and managed to sneak under the 24. And I was like, come on, like there is something still in there. And then
yeah, and it's not all about times, is it? But times are cool as well.
Yeah, it was not. It was not that. It was just more like it was. I don't know. It would never be. It would never be for me about times. But it's just that little thing. It's all completely relative. It just was like nice for me to know that like if I can get something, maybe I can get it back to like when I used to enjoy running. I can get somewhere close to that again. But then that just opened like the running obsession, like just full blown. Like the tap was open. Like then, like when I like kind of got back into like trying to get that time, and then realizing like there were all these different methods of training that you could do to like. Oh, like I was then interested. Like, oh, well, how could I do that? And then people were saying things about intervals and like all this sort of stuff. And there was all these like extra dimensions to it that I just didn't know when I first started. No. And then I just fell in deep and hard, and like I'm just full blown like obsessed with it. Like just like podcast or like YouTube. Like I was just consuming anything and everything, and it just became like a full blown obsession. And what I really liked about it, if you don't mind me, again, please do stop me if I'm going on. But what I really liked about what I was finding was that me being away from my desk was almost like turbocharging my creative. Like I was me giving a break from the parenting and the desk, like having something in the gap there was both making me happier, less stressed, and actually like the creativity was like firing again. Like not that it ever went away, but I just was like almost became obsessed with all these things I could do now. Like all these ideas that were like popping into my head whilst I was running, and then I'd come back and I'd scribble them down. Yeah, and it was it just I don't know what it is. Like it's either chasing the endorphins or like chasing this like I don't know. I just this enthusiasm that I've got for both the running and the making. I just don't want it to stop. So like there's something there that's working, and it's just like it's all feeding into each other, and it's just lovely. I'm just so happy with the both things that it's keeping it that fire fueled. I think I just love it.
Yeah, I've had like I think I would say I've had a very similar journey to yours, because it must not as much as 10 years, but it must have been like 7-8 years ago, right, Nick, when I ran 23:07 is my 5K PB. And then I just fell off the face of the earth after the race, didn't I? And only came back a little bit during COVID, but fell off the face of the earth again. And now I've come back again in the last 3 years. I'm still trying, like, but then when I come back again and I run 5K in 31 minutes, I'm like, I used to run that in 23 minutes. What have I done? Like, what's happened? I'm getting down closer to it now. But again, at the same time, what you said, you're a far more creative person than I am, obviously. But when I'm out, it's like your conscious switches off and your subconscious just activates. And that's when I like design out t-shirts and our merch and stuff like that, or think about good ideas for the podcast and stuff like that, because you're just focusing on running, but your mind's working overtime in the background on other stuff. So for you, it must be imperative for you to do your best work by the desk as well.
Yeah. So what the best way I can describe it is like when I'm sat at my desk. I had an example of this today. I had a really fun opportunity to do some stuff for the running channel, and we're designing a t-shirt, and like the concept is so fun. But I haven't been able to run today because I've got my big one tomorrow. So I've been at my desk all day, and I've had deadlines and stuff today. It's been pretty manic. But I have all these I could not decide which way I wanted to go. I had like 60 ideas, and I couldn't. I just was like flipping between them all, and I felt like I was scattergun. Like, I just couldn't focus on one. When I run, I basically, it's like putting that all in a big sieve, and as I run, it like kind of filters out, and the best stay in there. Like so,
We'll
like
get
it's
there,
so I needed to go for a run today, but I was like, just couldn't fit it in today. And like, it didn't work in the week, but that's how it works. So that's the. And then I'll come back to my desk, and I've got the things that I now know that are the good ones, and then I can focus on them. Whereas before, it just feels like a big old pile of spaghetti on my desk, and I can't make sense of it. So yeah. But no, it's one of those things that I found also that I like to do. I started doing this almost just over a year ago. Is I keep a running diary. So I try to not. I try to take in my environment and surroundings and like and use it as like almost like a inspiration book as well in a way. So like I will try to like note how I'm feeling, note like what the weather's doing, like what the temperature is, like what, like if I've seen some funny things out, because quite often you see daft stuff and no one's around to like see it with you, but like I try to like take these little moments and things, and then when I get back from a run, I'll jot it all down and do a little doodle in then with it. And I've been logging it now for like so long. I've got this like nice book that I've got like just a bank of like stuff that I can pull from that I don't know what I'm doing with, and I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm liking keeping this like almost ode to running that I have, that like why I do. Yeah, exactly, like all in a book that I can keep.
And that's still a lot of that can be character like I'm not going to use that information in my job, neither is Nicky going to use it in his job, but that information is your bread and butter as well, because that can be the baseline around if you get a job, got to do another 1,000 emojis, let's go through this book and see what kind of emotions days evoked to pull the emojis together as well. So it's far more important and relevant to your job than it might be to somebody else's as well, to keep a note of that information and those feelings as well.
Yeah, that's it. And did you say you have children as well? Did you say? Yeah. So I don't know, that's it's also one of the ways that I don't know if you probably a lot of people subject the same thing. I don't know if you find it, but it's just a way of coping as well. Like I think there's a lot of like spinning plates, right? Especially running a business or like running a podcast, right? You've got like lots of things you're mentally trying to always like tick off of that, and I think it's such an I feel like I'm two different people. Like when I'm here at work and I'm focusing on one thing, and then I basically pick my daughters up, and then I have to be a completely different person. Like I have to switch modes. It's really hard sometimes to shift lanes, and I found that. I think I sort of mentioned it earlier, but like having like sometimes really stressful times of work, and then going straight to switching over to that mode, and then back again, and then back again, and then back again with no break was driving me crazy. And I think having that release and outlet is also a major factor as to why I've channeled it. My wife is sometimes gives me I'm going out for a run. Like I've got to try and fit a run in this bank holiday weekend. But I think she knows that like the person I am when I come back, or like is like way more to the stresses, and can roll with the punches. And our 1-year-old doesn't sleep at all, so I'm on like we've worked a fine system where I'm like usually it's like 6 a.m. 6:30. It's like bang, like I'm. My wife is co-sleeping. I'm on the sofa. This is the situation we're in at the moment. We're in the trenches, but like, get a ding on my phone. Like my daughter's awake. I'm like, I'm on. Like it gives me the bandwidth to be able to just be like, fine. Like, oh, you've just chucked all your food on the floor. Fine. Like it's
fine.
If you haven't been for a run, it's like, why have you done that?
Yeah. So it's nice to have this thing that does multiple functions for me, like and stress relieving. It's just I just love it. I just think it's I'm trying to with I sort of mentioned at the beginning the audience that I have that mainly follow what I do. I try to be careful that I'm not talking about running in a really I try to talk about it in a way that's like, guys, it's great. Like you should come. This is like this does a lot. You should like put your trainers on and come try this because it's free. Like you could just put your trainers and we can go. And like it gives you so much back, and you don't. It's never about pace. It's never about like competitiveness for me, it's all about just like getting out, clearing your head, coming back fresh, and managing the stresses of like life. And I think it's just like so good. I just wish people would like give it a go.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I think that's a great point. 'Cause a lot of people, and I'm one of them, get caught up with the numbers, with the mileage, with the pace, with the stats. Where at the end of the day, it's just a hobby in it, and it's just something you go out and enjoy. And like you can go out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 mile, 5 miles. It's like there's so much more layers to it than all the numbers and racing and running. That figure, like just get out there and enjoy it. I mean, I think you put that to anyone.
Exactly that. That's it. And I try to be careful because sometimes I'm obsessive, and I'm guilty of it as well. Sometimes I'll really like try and I'll be really focused in on pace and times. I think sometimes I can be guilty of it, but I try to always try to pull it back a little bit and be like, no, it's just like this is a hobby, mate. Like you're not you're not an athlete. Like
Exactly.
But I think it's one of this whole London Marathon training block's been a bit of a wake up call for me as well, where
Same.
I've really put myself out there with this project, and I've been very vocal. Like I've been, really pushing the socials, like banging the rattling the fundraising can, like I started my training block. So I hit some quite good paces for 5K last year, and I was in pretty good shape, probably the best shape I've ever been. And then, so coming into the marathon this year, I started my training. Like I input the data into, I'm not going to name the running app, but like I input my data into that, and it fed out like the most ambitious time goal that I was like, okay, is that possible? Like I don't think it, but but you're telling me that it can be done, so let's follow it kind of blindly. I mean, it was daft really, but I went into the training block being like, right, you're giving me this insane tempo session or whatever. I'm gonna do it.
We have had the same journey, honest to God. I've had to scrap it all, and I'm just run everything now at 10-minute miles because I was chasing 7-minute, 30-second, 1-minute bursts, and it was ruining my session. So I've just had to look. And these running apps, I will carry on. Sorry to jump in on you, Dan.
No,
I will. Because we're going to Amsterdam in October to do it as well. And I will use the running app then when I've got this data to feed into him, rather than at the start of this. I just went, let's see if we can do 4 hours, 3:59:59, and started chasing that and realised early on, you've got to rein this back. Now I'm looking at maybe 4:30, 4:40. I don't care. So why does anyone else care?
Yeah.
Like, I will be the same as you, though. I need to get it. But then when I finish and I miss it by a little bit, so what? I wasn't going to win anyway, was I?
Yeah.
But I've had the same experience as you, chasing those sessions in the middle of this and spoiling it for yourself.
I think spoiling it is the best term, I think, because I made a few mistakes. My mistakes were I tried desperately to fit my running in as appropriately to family life. Like my kids are so little, like I can't not be there. So I try to factor in before work, and that's the beauty of being a freelancer, where I can do that. And so I try and do it in the gap between nursery and coming into the office to work. And so, but that means not doing it at weekends. And so my first mistake was that I was trying to cram marathon training into 5 days rather than the whole week. I input all that data into data app of choice, and it told me that was fine. So I'd be doing my long ones, and then on a day later doing a tempo session or intervals.
I would do that too. And I put it off for so many days, and then I go, I'll just do 4 back to back. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly that. So, and I'd feel terrible. And I'd be like, no, we got to feed the machine and get the time. And then I was also I've been trying to strength train. Everyone's sort of been saying it. So I've been trying to go into the gym and do 2 days strength training. But again, when you're just you don't know what you're doing. I'm not an athlete at all. This is a hobby. And so I went in there and I had a couple of years ago a PT. So I basically was a gym phobe for 35 years. Never set foot in one. And then I was with trying to get better at running, and I had a couple of little niggly injuries, and they're like, go do lift some weights and see if that helps, and it did. But I did a couple of PT sessions, and she set me up ages ago with these exercises. And I was just doing the same thing every session, like just following her same plan. And even when I was doing, like, the next day I would have like a 20k long run, but I was still in there progressively, like lifting weights, like increment, like what they call it, like incrementally increasing the weights, like doing full on like heavy sessions in the gym the day before a long run. And my long run Wednesday, so I'd have a gym session on Tuesday, a long run, then a gym session on Thursday. Absolute divvy, and like I just like pounding so much weight and effort into my body, like, and it just so in February it said no, and I got shin splints.
No.
And that was like the big thing. I'm like, okay, you can't be really song and dancey trying to say you're running the marathon, you're doing this big illustration project and not run it. So that gave me the big wake up call to dial it back. And I've kept the app in the background, right? I keep it on as like what it is good for is doing mapped runs. So like I sometimes have to input a run that, like, if I don't know where I am and I want to do like an 8k loop or something. I found it's the best app for like that I have that does that. So I kind of keep it. Yeah, I know. I've got an Apple Watch. Everyone's been telling me Oros or Garmin. So, but this is the best combination I've had is using that app with this.
Yeah.
And what I ended up doing was just basically took the pace all out. Like the physio gave me some more structured training that was like all time based rather than distance based. Apart from the long runs, the long now started to bring in some distance, but like it'd been mainly 40 minutes easy. Like, and so, and what you said about the enjoyment factor is back. Like I'm not groaning every time I go out for a run, or like, oh god, this fucking hurts. Like, oh, like my shins are good, but I'm going anyway. I'm in a really nice space where everything at the moment feels good. Like, and I'm happy and I'm enjoying it. And the pace, I'm not doing these mad runs at the moment. But at the moment, that's not what this is about. It's getting to that start line with this charity in mind and running happy. That's all this is about. So yeah, but it's been a bit of for sure.
Is it your first marathon?
Yeah. Again,
then
so
you've got
tell me to do it as fast as I can. Like and it's London as well, right? So that's my brother did it last year, and I just loved the atmosphere. And this year I get to run it, and I don't want to be despondent that I've like when I collapse at 30k and like and I have this mad like thing in my head that I really wanted to get. I want to try and enjoy it and soak it up a bit. So yeah, I'm trying to remember that it's all for fun, right? It's all
exactly that.
Yeah.
And you don't want to run it too fast because you want your next one to have an easy PB to beat as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll know what the distance feels like then, because it's honestly it's a mystery.
Yeah.
I done last year. I done Manchester. I fucked around and I found out, right? My training block was, but I did try, didn't I, Nick? But I was bad, right? And then I tried.
Not really.
I tried to sling together like an 8-week block, a panic block a week before, and I was fine for like 7-8 miles. And it was the same day as London, and the Manchester weather was the same as the London weather last year, right? 6:11, I limped over the line, and everyone was like, well done, and I was like, yeah, well done, because I'd got the distance, but also, what would have happened if I put a proper block in as well? And I said then, I'll never find out, because I'm never doing a marathon again after that. But then obviously the opportunity, you won't catch me doing Newport Marathon, with all due respect to Newport Marathon. But then the opportunity to come and do London comes up, and you're like, well, I'll have to have another go now. And then we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't want to kill myself to try and get 3:59:59 and end up in a foil blanket. I can do that in Amsterdam once I've got this under my belt as well, and keep progressing slowly now, innit?
Are you how have you been finding the training? You've been enjoying it, or has it been a bit ups and downs?
I'm lucky I've got to train because I've got to come on here every week and talk about it. And so much of the money that I've raised has been from people that listen to this podcast as well. We were really lucky as well. I was really lucky. Myself and one of the boys local that's doing it as well. Slower boys, bigger boys, whatever you want to call it. We're never getting good for age qualification. So we've put together like a not good for age session every month as well. So every long run, for the last 3 months, there's been big groups of people doing it at the same pace as well. So it's look, yeah, I had that massive wobble in the middle when I remember being up the industrial estate in the pissing down rain, trying to run a 7:42 section, and just thinking, if I keep doing this, I'm not going to go and run London Marathon this year. Like, so since I've stripped it back, and I still want to run around 420, 430, 440, somewhere around there, like, do you know what I mean? Which would be a massive improvement on 611. But I don't care what time it is either, in the nicest possible way, as long as it's not 6:12.
Yeah. I mean, that's it, right? This is the thing that's getting me as well. Like as it gets closer, like I just we're booking in a meal for afterwards. Like we like making plans for like family being there and stuff, and it's just I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited about the day rather than like
the run.
like the run. Like obviously I can't wait. Like I cannot wait. It's obviously part of it, but like it's the whole package, right? That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm not like hyper focused. I'm trying not to hyper focus on like a time or like it is like, and I caught myself a couple of times. Like last week, I was out on just a really easy run up the river here in Kingston, and a song came on, and it was, for whatever reason, it like hit me like really there's been a lot. This project is also like I've put a lot of effort in. I've really, this is the hardest I've worked on maybe anything that I've taken on myself. Like I'm a commercial illustrator. I tend to work for like clients, and I've broken my back for clients before, but I don't think I've ever showed up for myself so much as with this project, where I've like tried to really give it everything, and that has been from not only doing the drawing itself, but promoting it and like like going down and reaching out to people and asking if they want to take part. And like, because I've realized that part of this is all about, it's almost being like a one-man team where I'm like, I'm reaching out to random people and say like, my go-to line is, "Hey, can I draw you?" Like being weird, but like trying to like kind of, and then afterwards, once they've like, "What is he on about?" like trying to explain I'm doing this. Like it's all these things where I've really like put myself out there. I've been very vulnerable, like and that takes it out of you in itself. I'm trying to record the whole process, so I've been started a little YouTube channel where I'm just showing both the process of the training and like the drawing and like capture the whole thing. But like is a whole thing, like editing and trying to keep all that on top of all that.
That's it. Like that's another. You're splitting yourself. You're tearing another layer of yourself off to commit to that as well. Like, a YouTube video doesn't just prop up, does it? Especially from a creative like yourself, where it's got to be.
Oh yeah, it's killing me because
aesthetically pleasing and everything as well, right?
Yeah, I try to do that as well, and there's points where I'm just like, I cannot. And it's things like as well, like finding that I have got huge respect for people who do it now that I've tried to do it myself, seeing how they manage to do it, or because there's things like the basic structure I'd been trying to do, which I'm about to give. My latest one won't be following this because I haven't got time. But I was trying to do like a Monday to Friday, 2 weeks of a Monday to Friday with just little snippets of like work and life and running. And one was like I took my daughter swimming, even if it was like a half term, and I got there and it wasn't on. And I'd narrated it already and I'd done the voiceover, but I had no footage to show that. So I was like, what do I do? What do I put in there? Like, I've got to put some footage in there. So I had set up the camera of my car reversing out the driveway. So I just, as I narrated, I went all the way to swimming and it wasn't on. I just had it reversed and then pulled back into the driveway. But like, it's like trying to like go through my camera roll, being, what the fuck can I put in there?
I know.
Put in there.
It's a lot. Like this is the create like the good creators are really good. Now, don't get me started on the bad creators because we haven't got enough time. But the good creators deserve everything they get because they're good at what they're doing. But London Marathon, we're going to be fine. I know we're just going to be fine. We'll get around. We'll enjoy it. Do you think you'll do one and done, or are we going to see how you feel at the finish line?
No, I'd love to do more. It was like my wife wouldn't. I am not raising it with my wife at all. Afterwards, it is like. There's going to be no mention of races for a significant period of time. She's been a champion and she's been pulling a lot of weight. Like she's not gone back to work, so it'll be.
That's the thing about running.
Eventually,
in 10 years.
Yeah, eventually, yes, definitely. And the thing that I've really I'm sort of quite excited about this project as well, and in a real. Like if I was gonna shoot for the stars type thing with this kind of project, I feel like it could work elsewhere, and if I was able to like I was able to tie in a brand or like that's it's not just my corner of the internet. If I could expand it out to like the running show or something, or a wider audience that is not just like I think there's potential there for this to be for other events, other running events, other marathons, which would be exciting. So that's something that I would love to do with this eventually one day. But yeah, I'll be done for a bit after this one.
Definitely.
Happy days.
Busy.
Definitely. Dan, thanks for giving us some time. It's been an absolute pleasure. What we normally do now is we'll take a quick break. Nikki will ask you a couple of favourites, and then what we normally ask as well is who would play you in a movie of your life, and for one song for the playlist, but I forgot to fill you in on that. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come right back. Welcome back. Before we let you shoot off, it wouldn't be an episode of the podcast without a couple of our token questions. Nick, what have we got on favourites this week?
Usual, Dan. I know you're saying you haven't done much running, but let's find out. So, your favourite race so far? Can't pick London, done it yet.
Great South Run. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I grew up close to there, and I love it. There's great atmosphere down there. Yeah, good one. Have you guys? This is a quick one. See if you've run it.
Yeah.
I haven't been there. No. Nick.
Oh. No, I haven't done it. I've heard of it. Obviously, seems the Great North gets all the attention, doesn't it? But the South, obviously, the other end.
It's nice. It's 10 miler as well, so it's different.
Miler, yeah, it is different. We've got a couple of 10 milers run by us and me, so they are getting a bit more popular. I'll have to get down
I like
there.
it. It's a good one. Distance. Just know
it is good.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, favorite running shoe?
Do I have to one?
Yeah.
Nova Blast 5.
Ooh. Would you be racing in that or a carbon?
I've never raced in carbons. I've never tried a carbon on. No. Evo. I'm looking probably Evo SLs for the run. I always feel like I run a bit faster in those, but yeah, that's probably But that was the other one I was thinking of because I love that shoe.
Yeah,
but
we've had a brilliant shoe. We've had it with so many people. It's such a good training shoe. Like it's really good. Like it feels sort of an in between without the carbon because the foam is so good in it. So I think that's why they're such a popular choice with loads of people now. I think there's a 2 coming out soon. I'm sure I seen that the other day.
I seen that with the square back.
I've seen rumor mills going around. Can I is this quick fire? Can I ask some questions back? Because I wanted to ask you guys about your experience with carbons, but I don't know if you're ruining the flow.
Yeah. Nikki's the best for that though. He's fast.
Fast, I'm okay.
Yeah, I've never tried them, and I'm go on.
Really, like for me, like I was trying to break 3 for years, and then it coincided when the first carbon came out, and then I did it. So like, obviously, it's not. We got a T-shirt. It's not just the shoes, and it's not. But I think they do save your legs because the foam is so good and the carbon is helping you. So I do think if you're a certain pace, they're a great shoe. But like I very rarely wear them in training. Occasionally on a long run if I've got a lot of pace in there. Other than that, one session, maybe a fortnight or a month, and then just race day. Because you can overuse them because they do hurt. They take some getting used to and they are hard on your calves. Like so, they're good. They are good. Like they do work.
I'm thinking. My thinking around them is this one I'll keep them out, but maybe afterwards I'll have a play after.
If you keep going and progressing, and like I say, keep back into it like you have seemed to have done. Yeah, I would definitely give them a go. They are great. I
race in carbons as well, but truth be told, it's just because they're nicer shoes. Like fashion over the function of it. They just look better. That's why I wear carbons. And they can't, like Nikki said, they can't be doing me that much harm, but they are a nicer shoe aesthetically usually as well, aren't they?
Yeah. I've got my eye on them. But it's just, I've just been... Do you know what it was?
Don't do it now. 3 weeks out. Don't get any out.
No, everything's ticking along nicely at the moment, and I had shin splints, so I'm sticking with what I've got. But I'm part of it is like an ego thing as well. I want to see what I can do without carbons until like see where I can get into, and then throw them in after.
Yeah, definitely. That's good.
Yeah, and we've had a couple of guests say the same, haven't we? John, Tom, we've got a few people that are doing them without. So it can be done. And it used to be done, didn't it? They've only been around 70 years.
That's the thing as well. My uncle did a couple of sub threes at London, and he was my first inspiration running, and like the first person I think of running, and he had whatever he was wearing in the 90s.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Silver shadow.
Like I want to do a marathon in like baggy vest, short shorts, and Arachis. Like they used to do it, like, innit?
Yeah.
The Casio watch. I'll never do that because I'm stuck in 2026.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry to ruin your quick fire flow there.
No worries.
It's fine.
Next up, favourite athlete.
I love Alex Yee. I think that seeing him go from triathlon to the marathon last year was inspired. Like, he's a machine.
Unbelievable.
And he just seems like a proper lovely lad. So yeah, I think up there. In terms of running, probably my favourite athlete.
Yeah. Good shout. Like that. Favourite distance?
Find out about a marathon in 3 weeks.
Yes. It will be a favourite distance because, like,
this is
everyone says
this is the only reason I'm doing them. Everyone like, says it.
For me, like, I've been running 10 years. It's the most rewarding distance, I think, because it's such an achievement to finish a marathon, whether it's 6 hours like Gareth said he did, or you're going 3 hours. A marathon, like, people are underplaying it nowadays by all these idiots doing one a week and whatever. It's an unbelievable achievement. And when you finish that, like, especially in London, like, say you live there as well, it's our own one in the UK. What a buzz, like, what a day. And, like, the sense of achievement when you cross that line, honestly, I still get it now. Like, I've done 18, 19. It's unbelievable feeling. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what it's like. I'm starting to think, like, deep down, there might be something in there in ultra or trail stuff eventually, because I love a slow like plod one, and I feel like I can keep going for ages doing that, like just at a nice pace, and I think I get more out of those runs than the all outs. Like,
I'm delighted.
We'll see how I feel after 42.
We will see in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Last one, a bucket list race.
I want to do appropriately. I want to do the Isle of Wight, the circumnavigate. I don't know what that race is called, but the run.
Susie Chan does it a lot.
Susie Chan, I sort of know her a little bit. She runs my local loop. When I go down to see my mum, she runs the same loop. There's quite some going around there. Yeah, she's a legend. Yeah, I just drew her into the marathon this week. She's
nice. Class.
Got family and connections to the Isle of Wight as well, so that would be
that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be
a really
cool.
nice one.
Nice.
Right, lovely job, Dan. What song would you add to the Runs playlist?
It's all right. I'm going to go with the one that got me the other day that I mentioned in this podcast, because I think that'd be the most appropriate. It doesn't sound like a running song, but it's a builder. It's Spanish Sahara by Foles, which came on the other day, and it's just when you're settling in, and it builds and builds and builds, and there's something in there that gives you that little, like, it's almost like a slow build back up to get right, we're in this, that got me the other day, so that's what I'm going with.
I'll let you have it. It's your episode, it's your song. And finally, who would play Dan in a movie of his life?
I'm gonna sound like an insane egotist here, and it was my second choice for the song. So I'm named Daniel after Elton John, right? So he's not going to play me in the movie, but my dad can think of a name for me for days, and then Daniel by Elton John came on in the radio, and that's why that's my name. I happen to love Elton John, and I've seen him loads of times. I saw him on his farewell tour, obsessed. I was gonna pick "I'm Still Standing" as one of my songs. That is on my fast run playlist, and that gets me going every time. But it would be Taron Egerton, because he's recently just lost. I think he's just lost his hair as well. So I'm going.
He can play me as well.
Yeah. So I'm going. I'm going for that, and I feel because he played Elton John, I've got like a weird affinity. I'm going to go with this.
Lovely job.
Well,
Excellent.
brilliant.
Dan, what a guy. Hopefully the money keeps ticking over now. There'll be... So when is it a deadline cut off? Because I know we can still raise money until June, can't we? But are you cutting off after marathon?
Yeah,
or...
I'm. So amazingly, I made my total, and I think I'm going to go right up until marathon day, and then I think I'm going to cut it on marathon day, maybe after one, bring in those last character requests, and then on the evening of the marathon, shut down the request. You can obviously still donate, and if you want to print afterwards, you of course can, but like I won't be drawing any more characters in after that date. So that's cool. And I think there's a couple of little fun things as well that are coming along as well that might be extras, so keep an eye out for some fun extras coming along in the lead up to the race as well.
Excellent. Thanks for jumping on and giving us a bit of time. I know you are flat out. We'll be around the Excel about 1 o'clock on Saturday, right, Nick? So if you're about
around 11, 12,
yeah, 11, 12, 1. We'll post something on socials anyway. It'd be nice to see you in person. But if not, all the best in London. Did we miss anything, Nick?
No, again, thanks for your time, Dan. That was brilliant. Enjoyed that. Totally random and different for us, but this is what this is about. That's what we like.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Running is a big passion, and it's fun to do something slightly different. I hope that everyone got something a little bit out of it. And best of luck to yourself as well. And I don't know what, I haven't worked out my day yet, but hopefully I can come up and see you. And if not, hopefully we see each other at somewhere around London.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Wrap it up then, Nick.
Yeah, nice one, Dan, and best of luck on the day. Hopefully we'll see you out there. I'm up to watch, so I might see you, definitely cheer you on. But yeah, good luck with the rest of your 2.5 weeks to go. You got a last long run tomorrow. Hopefully that goes well. That's it for another week of the runs, and we'll see you on a start line somewhere soon.